So let's start off with our lovely Sukhasana, sitting easy cross-legged pose. If you wish to, you can come into a lotus. Otherwise, let's just be comfortable and easy and have a bit of a wiggle. See how you are, see what's feeling like needs a good stretch, because we're going to do quite a lot of stretching today and quite a lot of moving as well. So we'll do some stuff to give the thighs a good stretch in all sorts of different directions. We're going to be doing a chair. We're going to be doing some warrior, some trikonasana. They're all great for thighs. So, but first of all, we're going to start today with some breath work. So we'll start with breath work. We'll do some practice and movement with the breath, and then we will come to the end to our little guided meditation and shavasana, and I will leave you in shavasana. So stay as long as you need. So up nice and tall, crown of the head lifting up and settling into your sit bones, settling the thighs, calves, feet, releasing any tension in your toes, in your shoulders, in your shoulder blades, and a slight lift of the sternum to give you that length in the front of the body, and then hopefully with the length coming from the crown of your head lifting up and the sternum lifting a little, you'll get that length in the sides of your body as well and in your back. So we're going to do 3 rounds, 3 different kinds of breath work today. So we'll do a little bit of each. Otherwise, we'll be here all morning doing breath work, which will be lovely, but I think we need to move as well. So we're going to start with balancing the breath, left and right sides of the body, balancing the entire body. It's as if you have a network of rivers in your body, cleansing, transport, everything, getting rid of waste. And we want this morning to unblock them all and have them working at equal pressure. So we'll go to Nadi Shodhana for that. And then we'll do a little bit of Kapalabhati to raise our energy, fire breath. And then we will come into Uddiyana Bandha, which is, we'll be doing that when we're standing up. So you're familiar with all of these. You may not be familiar with the names, but you've done them all before. So folding over the first 2 fingers of your hand, if that's how you prefer to do Nadi Shodhana. Otherwise, do what works for you. Left arm just rests, no tension or pressure in your arm. And we try to keep that length throughout. It'll probably go as you focus on your breath. And then when you come back to it, you'll go, oh, I must remember to do that. And then just pull yourself up. So we're going to start blocking the left side, and we'll breathe in on the right. And then switch to exhale. And then inhale. And then switch to exhale. Inhale. Switch to exhale. Sometimes when you're doing this breath, you find that you're a little bit blocked on one side or the other. Inhale. Just persevere. Switch to exhale. Or if you need to, go and grab a tissue, have a good blow. Inhale. Switch to exhale. It helps to teach us some patience as well. Sometimes we have to breathe out quite slowly because it's not that easy. Inhale. Switch to exhale. Inhale. Switch to exhale. Inhale. Switch to exhale. Inhale. Switch to exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now make these breaths even deeper than you have been. Fully exhale and fully inhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale into our last round. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And rest. Close your eyes. Close your mouth. Breathe in and out through your nostrils 3 times. Well done. Hopefully we've got lovely clear nasal passages on both sides. And if they're not entirely clear, they'll probably be clearer than they were to start with. So that's all good. In the morning, we can be quite congested in the nose, even it might even just be a little bit of inflammation. So we're going to come into Kapalabhati now, which is our fire breath, our energy raising breath. And that if you keep doing it for quite some time, you'll notice quite a steep rise in your internal body temperature. So pop your hands on your belly. Sometimes that helps. And this is the breath where we breathe in through our nostrils, and then we take lots of short, sharp breaths out through our nostrils. But we're controlling that breath through the belly. So we're pulling the belly in with each breath. So you pull in and that just sends out a little bit of air. So it's both, it's the nose and the belly as well. As you get more practiced at it, it'll be more a movement that comes just from the belly, and then we're not doing anything much up here. It's just coming and going. So let's do that. We'll do a nice big in breath, huge in breath, and then we'll do 10 little kind of short, sharp puffs out of the nose. And it's not one breath. You can breathe in a little bit as after you've breathed out. So I'll demonstrate. A little sniff in and a little sniff in. Okay, because one breath is probably not going to last you for 10 little out breaths right now. But as you practice, it will come. So here we go. Sit up tall. Think about crown of the head lifting up. And ready? Let's take a deep breath in. And again. And again. And don't worry if at the end it feels like there's very little breath coming up. That's fine. As you practice, you'll find that it's easier to regulate it so that your breaths that are coming out at the beginning are short and sharp, and you can maintain that same length of breath coming out all the way through. So I'm not managing to do it this morning. I haven't done this breath for a while. So this is Kapalabhati. Let's do 3 more rounds if you can. If you ever start feeling short of breath or a little bit dizzy in this breath, which you can do, just pop your hands on your knees and lean your head forward and let your head just hang and take some nice, steady, even breaths. Not too deep, just regular, even breaths. All right, so let's go again. 3 more. So take it empty, completely empty. Take a deep breath in. And again, in. Last one, in. Okay. Take a closed eye breath here. Notice how you're feeling in your head, in your shoulders, in your chest, and your belly. And another breath. Keeping it long. One more breath. Okay, now we're going to come up to standing because we're going to come into our Uddiyana Bandha, which is a fantastic breath. This is my favorite breath of all. And this is the one that I suggest if you could do this every day, huge health benefits. So come up to standing. Completely stacked on your feet, ankles, calves, thighs, hips. So not letting your weight drop down through the center of your body. Trying not to lean forward or backwards or tilt the hips either way. So coming into a nice tall, easy mountain pose almost. So with this breath, we're going to take a huge breath in, and then as we empty out the breath, we completely expel every single tiny bit of breath and fold over to give ourselves that sort of last bit of sending the breath out. So we become quite concave. Rest your hands on your knees as you come around with no breath in the body whatsoever. So a little bit of weight taken into your arms. And then when you're completely empty, you lift your pelvic floor, close, put in a little lock here. So close that space in your throat and then suck your belly right up into your spine. And the idea is that you can pull your belly up underneath into your rib cage. So if you feel that that's what you're doing, great. So let's start with this breath now. We'll do just 3 because it's very powerful and we need to move on and do some more movement. So up tall, inhale, exhale fully. Completely breathless. Lock and lock and pull your belly up in towards your spine. And you need to breathe in. It's a huge breath in. So you release the vacuum and you kind of let everything flood in. And take a breath. Let's do that again together. And never worry if it feels tricky or it doesn't come naturally. Just do what you can. We're still breathing. We're still focusing on the breath. So you'll have 90% of the benefit, even if you don't have the last 10% of getting it exactly as it was meant to be. And practice makes perfect. So breathing in and breathing out. Pulling the belly in. And always inhale when you're ready. Come up to standing. Inhale. And straight into it. Exhale. Breathing in, come up to standing. Well done. Well done. So we're going to start with a little bit of a neck stretch because we want to get that lovely lymphatic drainage for the face. And I want to wake up the neck. It'll take your chin to your chest and just rest the back of your head and the back of your neck, stretching down all the way down either side of your spine. So chin to chest. And then bringing your head up, taking your chin up towards the ceiling. Jutting your chin out towards the ceiling, stretching out through the front of your neck. And coming back to center. This time we're going to look over to the right. So stay absolutely still and turn your head to the right as far as it will go. If you can look around behind you, go ahead and do that. We're going to be doing a little bit of a twist later. So this is a lovely warm up for our twist. And hopefully you'll notice that when we do our twist, after having done a few asanas, you have more of a range of movement. So looking all the way around, as far around as you can, and then releasing. Coming back to center and then straight over to the left. Keep that crown of the head lifted. And looking around now. So giving your eyes a little bit of a workout. Don't forget to breathe. And back to center. Well done. So let's take that stretch into the shoulders. Take the right arm up, bend it over, and then holding on to your elbows. It's just a regular stretch that you would normally do. And pull your arm gently behind your head. Try not to let your head jut forward too much. Push back with the back of your head. So you want to be in a straight line and not have your head being pushed forward. Think about that stretch starting from your elbow in the right arm, all the way into your armpit and down the side of your body. Very important, much neglected area of the body. Under your arm, very, very important traffic transport area for lymph. And relax that shoulder blade. The right shoulder blade feeling under tension. See if you can get it to rest and relax. And release. And let's come up with the other arm, which is already up there. So I could have left it up there, but anyway. So left arm bending now. And again, not compromising the neck or head. Holding on, gently pulling behind, but also pushing back with your head. Sternum lifted, chest lifted. Long insides of your body. Oh, such a good stretch, isn't it? But relaxing your shoulder blade if you can, the left shoulder blade now. There's something about stretching in the morning. It's just got this extra kind of zing to it, hasn't it? So lovely. And release. Ta-da. And we're going to come into a side bend. So inhale your arms up. Palms of your hands together. See me? And then you can have your legs either completely together or slightly apart, or you can adjust them halfway through if you feel like you want to change. So we're reaching up, so stretch up with those fingertips, and then we're going to go over to the right side. So this stretch only starts around your midriff. Try to leave your legs where they are, leave your hips where they are. So over to the left, no, right even, and not folding forward and not tilting backwards. Folding forward is probably going to be more of an issue than folding backwards. And think about those ribs, think about opening up under your arm or between the ribs and into the side of your body. A little bit of strength, stretching those muscles, waking them up. The more we wake them up, the more we bring circulation to an area, the more our mitochondria are fed, the more active they're going to be, the more efficient we're going to be at getting rid of waste in the body, at not storing unnecessary fat that we don't need. We can excrete it instead. And come back up. Also, straight over to the other side. We have a lot of hormones in the body that are free and float around. And sometimes it's more than we need of one or the other kind of hormone, especially at our age, as we get a little bit older. And getting them out of the body is very, very useful. So anything we can do to gently massage, gently get the body going is super, super helpful. We're conditioned into thinking if we're not sweating, if we're not exhausted and red-faced and puffing, we're not doing enough. No, not at all. Come back up to center. Deep mindful movement is very, very powerful. And let's stretch. So take your hands as far away as you can. Slowly coming down. Feel that tension all along your arms. And we're going to come into awkward pose, chair pose. Come sideways so you can see me. We're going to come into chair, but we're going to come up on toes into chair. So I think carpet's going to be a bit kinder to me today than the mat. So inhaling up, exhaling back, and come up onto toes. A little bit of balance here, a little bit of concentration. Find that fixed point on the floor. and stare at it. Elongate your lower back so that we're not curling the hips up, we're tucking them under, squeezing into thighs. If you've got sore thighs, this is going to be a real challenge. Hold it for as long as feels okay, and then let's come back and down. We're going to come into a couple of squats. Now, take your legs about hip width apart, maybe a little bit more. Take your right hand and hold on to your left earlobe, and your left hand and hold on to your right earlobe. Just gently pinching. So not holding and pulling, but just giving them a little bit of pressure. So think of it as being an acupressure press. And then we're going to come down into a squat. Quite low. Come to the point where you can relax your lower back and you feel that you are at rest, so you're not hovering, and then back up again. Well done. And down. On an exhale, inhale to come up. Well done. Down on an exhale. Inhale to come up. Down again. Use your breath. And up. And down again. Well done. And up. So this is a very popular, it's not popular with the children, but it's very popular with the teachers. Down again. Punishment in India where I was growing up, not at my school, but at other schools nearby. Okay, we're going to just do 2 more. You can do it. Come on. 1. Use your breath. And 2. And actually they've discovered more recently that this resets. So if you've got a child that's very stressed out and not behaving and can't concentrate, this helps them concentrate. So it's quite good for kids with ADHD apparently. Well done. Not that that's what we have today, but it helps to balance and reset and does all sorts of clever things that I won't go into now because it'll take up an hour. And there we go. So we've just done a little reset. We're going to come into Garudasana now. So Garudasana is that lovely twisty one where we take the right leg, tuck it over the left, try and pop the toes behind. And sort of sit down almost on that standing leg or fall over in my case. Good grief. I have to concentrate, find my fixed point on the floor. And then we're going to bring the arms into it. So take your chest and lift, and then right arm comes under, left arm up. And breathe. So really squeeze your thighs together, push your right thigh down onto your left. Tuck those toes around, squeeze your thighs together and sit down into that left leg. And uncurl and come out, and we're coming over onto the other leg. So tuck, and then we're coming left arm down, right arm up, holding the hands together, pushing the hands in towards each other. Again, focusing on the thighs, pushing the right thigh down, up rather, pushing the left thigh down onto the right thigh. And lifting your elbows. An interesting challenge with balance in this posture, because it's hard to find a point straight ahead to fix on. Your arms are in the way. And don't forget to breathe. Lift your elbows a little higher, lift your hands a little higher, and uncurl and come out. Inhale up and exhale, fold. Coming into our first inversion, a very gentle inversion. We've done a lot with the legs, a lot with the thighs. And let's just let them stretch and reverse gravity for a moment. Well, we're not reversing gravity, but our own gravity. Relax your neck. Think about keeping everything very open in your shoulders, in your neck, your head and face, so that whatever needs to move around can freely and easily, whether that's energy, arterial blood, venous blood, or lymphatic fluid, lymph fluid. And actually CSF as well. And then staying down with the hands, walking the legs out to either side into Prasarita Padottanasana. Tilt your hips up towards the ceiling. And that will give you a little bit more of a stretch in the backs of your legs. Slow, even, deep breaths here. Take 3 breaths in and out. And then we're going to keep the legs wide, excuse me, and uncurl to come up. So head and neck, just ragdoll, coming up. Last. Well done. So let's come into triangle because we're already here. We're going to do triangle a little later, but we're here now. So let's come into triangle. So take your arms wide, and then right hand goes down towards your left. Nope, right foot. What is going on today? Honestly, I'm blaming COVID. Lifting up. Keep substituting words. It's very irritating. I suppose it's a taste of things to come, but hey, a bit early for my liking. So right hand moving down, left hand moving up. So we're lifting as well. We're not collapsing, and keeping some nice length in the side. On your left side, squeezing on the right. And you can look up towards your left hand or look forward, whichever works for you. So don't compromise on your lovely upright posture by leaning forward or backwards. And again, it's usually leaning forward. So left shoulder and right shoulder in line with each other still. Now we're going to reach up to come out. Keep your arms up, and let's just go straight over to the other side. Well done. Very nice. If you can get your arms in line with each other. And sink that right hip so that you've got the stretch. In your side. Well done. Okay, let's be strong now, coming out, lifting to come out. Hands on hips. And then we're just doing a halfway fold. So halfway, leaning forward, sending your hips out behind you, and then tilting your sit bones and your hips up towards the ceiling. So we're warming up the legs because we've got some interesting leg moves coming now. I hope you're ready for this. Coming up. And we're going to walk the legs together. So bringing your right foot up, so left leg nice and rooted down, right leg up, holding on with your yoga hold or on the outside edge of your foot, whatever works. And then we're going to send the right leg forward. And this time we're going to bend forward as well. So fold forward, bringing your face towards your knee. Okay, a lot of work on that. You can use your left hand as well if you want to. A lot of work on that standing leg. Well done. And then coming back up to standing, keeping the leg up, wibbles and wobbles. And release and hold if you can. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All the way down. Just realize what a leggy practice this is. I'll cut out the second half and we'll substitute for some nice easy stretches. So now we're doing the same again, which I can't stand up straight, on the left. So yoga hold, the left hand, left leg. That's it, sending that leg out. And then we're going to fold forward. So a little bit of balance. Use your right arm as well if you need to. I feel like I need a chair to rest on. Holding forward. And then coming back up again. And release. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All the way down. Let's come into downward facing dog. So just sliding down and then walking forward with the hands. Let's have a rest in Ardha Mukha Svanasana, and then we'll come into another rest in Balasana before we come into the second half of our standing postures. So tilt your hips up towards the ceiling. And lengthen through the backs of your legs. Shoulders are broad. Head and neck completely at rest. Relax your jaw, relax your face. Push into your fingertips as well as your wrists and lift up and away. So sit bones moving back and tilting up. And then up onto toes. Stretching out your toes, pressing into the mat. Rolling your feet out a little if you want to try and stretch out those baby toes as well. A little bit of a rock from side to side. And then come to knees. Release your feet. And here we are. Balasana. Child pose. And rest. If you want to take your knees out to the sides, go ahead and do that. And if you want to be folded forward over your thighs, make sure that you lengthen through your body and then lay your body down onto your thighs. Reaching your arms forward, or if you need to relax your arms, bring them either side of your body. Your forehead's touching the floor, your mat. So your neck can be completely at rest. Think about really letting go here, dropping right down into a space of peace and calm. And feeling heavy and soft. And then looking forward, look to your hands and let's stretch them away. Push, push, push away. Keep your hips and bum up. So bottom up, forehead down again. And bring your chest down to the mat. Hope you feel a lovely stretch under your arms here and across the tops of your arms, across your shoulders. And then looking forward, look to your hands and bring yourself into a plank. I'll need to readjust distance. Come into a nice strong plank. Give the arms something to think about for a change, not just legs. We will be coming back to legs again because we've got 2 more. Quite lovely. 1, 2, 3. Let's see how we go. So one of the wonderful balance postures that works with arms is Vashisthasana. Vashisthasana is a 1-arm plank. So let's come over onto the right side, lifting the left. And of course, if you're feeling like this is not enough of a challenge today, you can always lift that top leg, keeping that bottom leg strong, keeping your body still and breathing, always breathing. And come back down. And straight over to the other side. I'm afraid I will turn my back. Feel as though you're reaching up with that top arm, your right arm, stretching up, lifting towards the sky. Squeeze into the side of your body, into the left, just above your hip. Keeping your arms strong, pushing the ground away. And then come back into your plank. And from here, we're going to come into upward facing dog. So keeping your toes under, bringing your hips down towards the mat, but not touching the mat. So we're just hanging here. Shoulders broad, send your chest forward. Press into your fingers, not just dropping into your wrists. Squeeze your glutes. Looking forward, sending your sternum forward. Breathe as deeply as you can. And from here into upward facing dog. So come into it however works for you. If you can swing back, go ahead and swing back. And take a little moment here to set yourself up properly into your most beautiful downward facing dog. Heels towards the floor, Achilles stretching out, calves stretching, kneecaps lifting, hips tilting, belly squeezing in, shoulders wide, face relaxed, smile on your face. The icing on the cake, the smile. And keeping your feet where they are, walk your hands towards your feet. Bring them to the floor or to your toes or to your ankles. Again, enjoying that lovely rush of blood towards the head. And we're slowly going to uncurl to come out. All the way up to standing. So a little bit more balance now. We're going to come into a version of dancer. And this isn't something that we have done very often. So we're going to have some fun. So dancer, we're going to be holding on to the right foot, tilting forward, bringing that foot up and behind. You can tuck it into your body or you can lift up. So find something, if you wish, that you'll be able to rest on that is just in front of you. So maybe a chair arm, something to grab hold of in case you need it. And let's take that weight all the way down into the left foot. I've got a handy mantelpiece here I should be using. And then right foot, lift and hold behind you. Think about bringing your knees in line with each other. And think about keeping your chest in line. So your right shoulder is going to want to head back, try and persuade it to stay in line with your left shoulder. So as we tilt forward now, keeping the body straight, allow your right leg to come up behind you. Left arm out in front and lifting up. Hold on in front. Lifting up, taking that right foot up towards the ceiling. At the same time, trying not to let the right hip flare right out and up to the side. So hips in line, shoulders in line. Lifting. And then come back slowly with control. Keep your heel pressed up in towards your butt and your knee down towards the ground. Both hands holding on. Stretch out across the front of your chest and release. Give that right leg a little bit of a kick, forward and back. And then let's swap. So right leg comes down. So when you're doing any balance posture, think about pushing the ground away. Think about having the whole of the flat of your foot pressing down evenly into the floor. Give yourself as much space, as much surface as possible to hold on to the floor, and try not to let your toes curl and grip. So nice relaxed foot. So same again on this side. Let's bring that left leg up, holding on, just a nice cradle hold around the front of your foot, just below your toes. And think now about shoulders and hips. So we set ourselves up well. And when you're ready, taking an in-breath. As you exhale, folding forward and lifting up. Now you can keep your right arm just dangling, or you can reach it forward. Oops, whatever works for you. And if you're having a wobbly day like me, then hold on to something. Don't forget to have a little bit of a bend in your knee so that you're not locking out that leg. Breathe. And release. Come all the way back. Keeping your leg bent. Bring your right hand round. Holding onto your foot with your right and your left hands. Standing up straight and pointing your knee down towards the ground in line with your standing leg knee. And release. Prasarita Padottanasana to relax. Take your legs wide. This time, hands on hips again, or you can clasp your hands gently behind your back. Let's do that. We did the other one last time. So hands behind your back, folding forward. This time, come to wherever feels comfortable. If you want to fold all the way, fold all the way. We can turn it into an add-on of a mini inversion as well. Are we ready? And slowly to come up with a nice flat back. So we're going to come into our warrior 3. Now we usually do warrior 1, warrior 2, and we usually skip warrior 3. So warrior 3 today, and we're all nicely set up for it. We've already woken up the legs, sorted out whether we can balance or not. So warrior 3, I'm going to face this way now. I'm going to stand into the left leg, let the right leg slide out behind. And as you fold forward, pivoting at the hips, the right leg comes up and your arms reach forward. So many similarities with the Natarajasana, the dancer. Lots of strength in that standing leg. Looking down at the ground. Squeeze your right glute to lift that leg a little higher. Squeeze your left to be strong and reach forward, and then pivot to come out, keeping your arms up and bring them down to your side. Great. One more standing posture, the other half of this dancer. Nope, this warrior, we did the dancer. And then we will come down to the mat. So be strong, standing foot, nice and firm, good contact with the mat. Now you can take the arms up, or you can take your arms up now and pivot as you wish. Squeeze those glutes. Breathe, reach forward, and then pivot to come out. We're not holding very long. Come down into Malasana, taking the knees wide. Pressing your hands in together. Take a breath here. And then reaching forward, as far forward as you can, folding your arms around and tucking your hands around your thighs if you can. And pushing your knees away so that you stretch across your shoulders, stretch the shoulder blades out towards away from each other even. And come to sitting. Hopefully it's not too far to go. So we have one twist here, and then we will come into lying on our mats. So left foot over the right knee, right foot tucked in towards the left hip, not sitting on your foot, sitting on the ground. So sit bones, are they both on the floor? Yes, lovely. And from there, lifting the crown of the head up, nice and tall, as long as you possibly can be. And then we're going to hold on. So twisting around, opening up to the left. Use your hand, use your arm, whatever it is you want to use. Well, not much of a choice, but choice of two, I guess. To pull around, so you're using your knee as a nice twist point. And we did such lovely warm-ups for the neck early on. And here they come in very useful. You can twist all the way around and look around as well. Take your eyes wide. Breathing is a little restricted here. That's okay. And release. Release your eyes, release your head, all the way back to center. Lifting up tall, take a deep breath. As you exhale, changing that cross of your legs, changing the position around. So bringing your left knee up quite high, sit bones both on the mat, and then twisting around, keeping the spine lifted and long, twisting around to the right. You should have a pretty good range of movement now with the warm-ups and the pre-asanas that we've been doing. And staring around as hard as you can with your eyes, and then release. Release your head, come back to center. Let's come into Paschimottanasana. A lovely relaxation pose, good for motion balancing, good for digestion. Inhaling up and exhaling long. Keep your body long, long, long. Stretch your arms as far as you can and fold forward. So Paschimottanasana your way, do it however you wish. Use your breath though if you can, please. Inhaling to lengthen your spine, taking up all that room that you need for your lungs. And then as you fold forward, exhaling, you have more space, you've got more reach. Hands to your feet, to your calves, to the mat. Whatever works for you for today, for now. And don't overthink it. Just let your body do what it feels like doing. And observe. Notice if you're comfortable, notice if that works for you. And if not, change it. Try something different. Two more lovely, deep, slow breaths here. Make them as slow as you can. Count out and see how many seconds it takes to exhale one breath. As you practice, your lung capacity will increase and you will be able to slow down your breath even more. And then we're slowly coming up to sitting. It's like instant relaxation, that asana, Paschimottanasana, and then coming down to your mat. So rolling down or coming down to lie on your mat, anywhere that you wish. Hug your knees in, give yourself a lovely hug. And taking your arms wide, knees over to the right, face to the left. I know we've already done quite a bit of twisting today, but this is a very supported way of twisting. And you have a different set of muscles that are targeted when you're lying down in a twist as opposed to sitting up or standing up. And then head back to center, thighs skimming across over to the other side, head to opposite side. And find your sticking points, find the area where you can feel that you're in a twist. Take your breath to that space and let go. Release any tension in your shoulders, in your neck, in your jaw, bringing your knees back to center, head back to center. And then taking your feet down to the mat. Lifting your hips, so arms are still wide. Lifting your hips gently into a little mini bridge. Just a small counter pose. And then slowly bringing your spine back down to the mat, but one vertebra at a time. So you're just literally uncurling. And then the last bit, you want to get your lower back uncurling into the mat as well. And release, take your legs out. Keep your arms wide. You can make them a little less wide if you're more comfortable. Palms of your hands up towards the ceiling. Make your neck long. Lift your head up and place it back down. Pressing into your head, lift your shoulders off. Make your arms long and then pop your shoulders back down. Pressing now into your heels. Lift your left hip off and pop it down, and right hip off and pop it down. Make your hips and your pelvis wide and soft and relaxed, and let your legs flop out to the sides or in, wherever. And find your comfort here. Try and get comfortable. Do what you need to do. Adjust your clothing, adjust your position. And if you're not comfortable lying on your back, then lie on your side or come into a position that is comfortable for you for today, for now. Closed eyes, easy, deep, slow breath in and out. Think about drawing energy in as you breathe in and bringing it right into your heart center, into your core. So that energy flowing in through the palms of your hands, up from the soles of your feet with a breath in. And then as you breathe out, letting yourself sink a little deeper, feel a little more relaxed. Finding any muscles that are still tense, still contracting, letting them come to rest, giving them permission to be completely at peace. Relax your forehead, relax your eyes. Relax all the little muscles around your eyes and relax your nose and your cheeks. Relax your jaw and your mouth and your nose, and relax your neck and your throat. Relax your shoulders and relax your chest. And take that feeling of relaxation down your arms, down your right arm to your hand, down your left arm to your left hand. Feel that they're heavy, at peace, completely relaxed. And relax your belly, relax your pelvis. Relax the whole of your spine. And relax your thighs and your knees and your calves and your shins. And relax your ankles and your feet. Feel like you're gently melting into your mat, completely at ease. As you breathe in, breathing in whatever it is you need more of in your life. And as you breathe out, letting go, making space. As you breathe out, saying to yourself, I am. I am. As you breathe out, making space, feeling a little lighter, feeling a little calmer and clearer, with more purpose, more quiet, easy feeling of being at peace. Taking your attention to your breath, breathing in through your nostrils and out through your mouth. And starting to count down. So breathing in and out is the number 30. And in your next breath in and out is 29. And carry on with each in and out breath, having the next number until you get to 0. And if you lose count, just start again. Knowing that you need to be here right now to give yourself this space, this time, honoring who you are and honoring your own needs for rest and relaxation and movement and being able to recharge your own energy supplies. So taking the time and making it sacred, that time that you give to yourself. Starting the practice of honoring your own presence, your own place in this world. Breathing in and out, counting down. Again, if you lose count, come back to 30 and start again.